Well, today we're going to talk about something a little different from what we usually do on this channel. There's a new cross-platform MMORPG called Tarisland that's set to release this month, and I'm thinking about playing it and creating content about it here. So today I wanted to give you a preview and tell you guys a bit about this game. Since this is the first time I'm covering this game on the channel, let me first give you an overview of Tarisland. First of all, the game has pastel graphics and uses the tab target system. You can choose from one of the 9 available classes, each with its own unique customization options. As you might expect, the game includes all the classic elements such as PvE and PvP. We'll cover all of these shortly. Like Diablo Immortal, Tarisland supports cross-platform play so you can play on both PC and mobile devices. The game follows the familiar trinity of tank, healer, and DPS. Let's take a look at the characters available in the game. Warrior can be played as a tank or DPS in close combat. Pretty standard for the warrior class. Mage, only playable as a DPS from a distance. Priest can be played as both DPS and healer, but only from a distance. Ranger. This class is similar to the hunter or archer in other games and serves as a ranged DPS. Bard plays as both a DPS and healer from a distance, which is unusual since bards in most games are often seen in a support role. Barbarian Fighter can be played as a tank or DPS in close combat. Paladin typically can heal in other games, but in Tarisland, the Paladin class can only be played as a tank or DPS in close combat. Shadow Swordsman, this is essentially the assassin class and can only be played as a DPS in close combat. Phantom Necro can be played as a DPS or healer from a distance. This class is described as summoning elements, totems, or ancestral spirits and can be thought of as a shaman-like class. Next, let's move on to character creation. The character creation screen isn't very detailed. You can select the basic features of your character, but it's not overly simplistic or too basic. However, those who enjoy spending hours customizing every little detail might not be satisfied. It's not a deal breaker for playing the game. Additionally, the game currently has a gender lock system that I despise. For instance, if you create a mage, it must appear as a female character. But don't worry, the developers have announced that they plan to remove this system, although it's uncertain if it will be done by the release date. The tutorial section of the game looks quite enjoyable for me. To exit the tutorial, the game places you in front of a raid boss and forces you to execute the mechanics. It shows you when you need to dodge incoming damage, when to use defensive abilities, preparing you for the late game from the start. Letting people easily reach max level without experiencing any action or learning basic mechanics like dodging or interrupting, and then throwing them into endgame raids never made sense to me. It made me happy to see this game include such systems right in the tutorial. Now let's take a look at the user interface. If you have played games like this before, you will find the user interface quite familiar and easy to navigate. Your health is on the top left, the map on the top right, and the skill bar is located at the bottom center of the screen. You can customize the key bindings as you like. Pressing M opens the map, and P allows you to interact with NPCs. The interface is straightforward without any unnecessary complications. Why do I mention this? Because some games try to be different and innovative with their user interface design, ending up with confusing interfaces. Thankfully, Tarisland keeps everything standard and familiar. The game's skill system is a bit different. Skills don't automatically upgrade as you level up. You need in-game currency to upgrade them. Although the cost is low at the start, I'm not sure how much it increases as you progress. Some increase is acceptable since in-game currency should have value. This system ensures that the in-game currency remains meaningful and valuable, even if some players might not like it. The system should be balanced, ensuring that players aren't forced to buy currency from external sites to progress. PvE starts at level 6 with dungeons. The system is designed to avoid making you wait. If other players are available, you are grouped with them, and if not, NPCs fill the remaining slots. Dungeon mechanics are challenging enough to make you learn and apply strategies, which is refreshing compared to other games where players can reach high levels without learning basic mechanics. This leads to a smoother experience in endgame content. Even new players will have learned core mechanics by the time they reach higher levels, making the late game much more enjoyable. The thought of forming a random group where everyone knows the basic mechanics is exciting. The game also features a solo dungeon mode called Universal Hall. You fight bosses that get stronger with each floor, and there's a time limit. As you progress, the affixes and challenges change. You learn the boss mechanics and improve with each attempt, which is satisfying. For PvP lovers, the game offers arena and battleground systems. These can be accessed anytime except during scheduled downtime. The battleground maps rotate daily, offering different modes like flag capture or territory defense. This variety keeps PvP engaging. Now, let's talk about the shop system. The developers have promised that the game will be non-pay to win, meaning players won't be able to buy advantages with real money. However, with the game's release so close and no detailed information about the shop yet, it's hard to make a definitive judgment. Based on the beta, we know there will be mounts and skins in the shop, but it's still unclear how these will affect gameplay. The game is free to play, meaning you don't have to pay a subscription fee or purchase a package to play. In conclusion, this game is headed to be probably one of the best in its genre that is available on mobile devices. I hope that they don't go crazy with the monetization of the game. I will be trying the game on launch day while streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. If you guys are thinking about playing this game, let me know in the comments section so we can play it together. Who knows, if we have enough players, we can create our own guild. What are your thoughts on Tarisland? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for tuning in and take care.